Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of Commons. Today we have a special guest, so we're going to start from my right.
Ike STeeLE, I'm an actress here in Los Angeles.
Ike STeeLE, House of Commons.
Damola, House of Commons.
And you're switching Pascal Atuma,
Pascal Atuma, yes.
House of Commons.
Pascal Atuma.
What is his name? If you see the fact that Pascal No, we're good. That's okay.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you can't blame me for forgetting my name. We've never had a female on the House of Commons, so this is our first female House of Commons.
Welcome.
Yeah, just to show you guys that we do pay attention to your comments. We've done a lot of episodes that you have challenged us to bring a female to represent a female view. And today we did what you guys want us to do to enhance the show. And we're going to go straight to the point. The most critical, controversial episode that we did is why so many single Nigerian girls in America, right? That's one we did. So today we brought a female and let her tell us why
that's the case.
Why that's the case and why they're not marrying us. You know, so we're gonna start with Ife. My friend, what do you think is the problem going on here? Because if you look at those comments, there's a lot of people, cussing us out, saying it's our fault and all that.
Well,
so
is it specific to Los Angeles or just America?
America.
Okay. Well, it's really a simple answer. The Nigerian imports are not the same as the men in Nigeria, in the sense that Nigerian men usually want to take care and cater to a woman and be there, and but here they forget all of that and it's all this equal, or just lose everything like American style. Wow. So all of that has disappeared, and when you're dealing with a Nigerian woman that still remembers how how men treat women, you can't necessarily expect them to just switch now and say, okay, I'm going to settle for this nonsense.
Can I ask a first question?
Oh, you want to ask a question? Okay, go ahead.
We're not gonna attack you at all. We're just gonna ask questions.
If you attack me, I'll attack back.
She said
so you said this tea we're giving you, just tea. You already have
okay, so you said that the men forget when they come here.
Yeah.
What about the women? Do the women forget what our grandmothers and moms do in Nigeria? How they cater to the men and
no.
Women don't forget that.
No, they don't forget. I think what happens is that when you start seeing it as not appreciated in the same way, then you pull back.
Okay, I'm gonna take one comment from the comments. There's more than 150 comments on there.
Right.
There's one particular girl that came on and said, "This bunch of Nigerian fools do not represent Nigeria." You saw it. That's what the girl said. She said, "This bunch of Nigerian fools do not represent Nigeria."
Meaning us.
Us.
Of course. She called us fools. Straight up.
Okay.
Is she
yes. And you just said that when the Nigerian women come over here, they don't lose their culture, they don't lose what the game is over there. If we were all in Nigeria and this show was only in Nigeria, would that girl come on YouTube and call 4 of us Nigerian fools?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah,
okay, good.
I mean, because
He said okay.
because I don't really remember, if a fool is a fool, a fool is a fool. I'm not saying that you guys are fools.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, but if a person feels that you're a fool, then the person feels that you're a fool.
So it's not
okay.
So a fool's a fool anywhere.
It's not geography. It's just
Okay. That's what you're saying. A fool's a fool anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask another question? Or you want to go?
Well, yeah, Amy, I think you had something to say.
You go for
No, I'm enjoying this. Y'all continue.
Okay.
I'll pop in later.
I'm gonna go ahead. But it looks like you are attacking us though by saying that the females don't change, the guys change. That's why you guys now pull back.
I'm not attacking you. That was
But you're kind of putting the blame that is the man that changed, not the female. I don't think that's the case why most women are single.
Well,
most Nigerian women in America are single.
Women respond to what they're receiving.
Okay,
You know?
all right, fair
And
enough.
so if what we're receiving is not really, it's not the same, then there's either a, you know, then you get the, I'm not messing with Nigerian men, period, and then they, you know, deal with American men or, you know, foreigners, whoever it is instead. And then you, at some point, you start seeing, you know, men say, oh, they treat, you know, their American guys or whatever better than us and blah, 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 blah. But then it's always, you get what you give. And if you're not giving, you know, if you're not giving the best, then, you know, don't expect the best for too long.
Can I ask you 2 questions? If you don't mind me asking.
Go ahead.
What is your background? What is your, like, how long have you been in the United States, and how long have you lived in Nigeria?
I was born in Nigeria, but I've lived here for a while.
Lived here for a while.
Numbers.
Okay, so that's just, I just want to ask that because they're to me, from what I've noticed, just empirical evidence, everybody. So don't attack me. From what I've seen, there's a very big difference at times with women, Nigerian women especially, who lived in Nigeria for a little bit of time versus ones that have never really lived in Nigeria at all. As far as values go and the way they view things, that's one. 2, could it be possible that some of these women have changed when they've come to America? Could it be possible that that's been a switch? That it's not just about us changing? Because I'm not arguing with you saying that some men come here and they switch up. But could it be possible that some women come here and they want to...
It's natural that, you know, whenever you switch environments, you're going to either adjust to the environment or die. So I'm sure that everyone in some sense has adjusted and, you know, to survive here. But I wouldn't say it's changed, like, you know, switch off, because I know some Nigerian girls that they want, you know, they still remember or still think of, you know, the best parts of being, I won't even say being catered to, but being cared for, you know, being appreciated. That even when I go back to Nigeria, I see that difference.
Okay, can I come in now? Can I come in? When you first made your first statement, you talked about the Nigerian guys coming over here.
Everything good?
Hold on, I'm coming. I need to tell you, right?
You made some sounds that made you
one of us here said, I don't know who said something, he said, if you attack me, I'll attack you back.
Oh, yeah.
Who said that?
I think she said that.
Okay, someone said, if you attack you, I'll attack you back.
Yeah.
Now, do you consider yourself an example of Nigerian women in Nigeria or Nigerian women here, and do you think you have changed since you got here?
With that comment, right?
With that comment, yes.
Well, I'll put it this way. I am Nigerian at heart. That's my blood. That's my family. That's my name. That's who I am. Growing up, like, my dating experience was here in America. However, the way dating is now, and this is not even just exclusive to Nigerians, this is just exclusive to America, is completely different. You know, I think every woman in different cultures complain that men, they don't really court women anymore. You know, they just want to, oh, let's go, you know? There's no courting, there's no dating, there's no, you know, there's no romance. And everyone wants that. Nigerian women want that, American women want that, and then living here has not, you know, taken that away from me.
Okay.
There's some things that, you know, I'm not exactly sure what it is that you consider, you know, the
Change.
Nigerian.
Okay,
right.
yeah. Let me answer. Let me give me 1 second. Let me answer that. You said, like, in Nigeria that the men in Nigeria, the men take care of the women, and the men do this, the men do that. But when they come over here, they don't wanna. They change, right?
Right.
Now, the women or the Nigerian women that come over here, I give you an example. Do you cook?
I do, yes.
You cook. Okay. In Nigeria, if someone is dating you in Nigeria and they ask you to cook for them, does that mean that?
Is that misogynist?
Okay. Does it mean that the person is calling you a servant?
No.
No. Okay. So why is it that the Nigerian women in America, like, because most of the things they attacked us for, on YouTube, let me finish this one. What most of them attacked us for there is that we said we would like women that can cook for us too. Right? And they attacked us. I know one of them said if we were looking for slaves.
Yeah.
The days of slavery.
And I just had to laugh.
Okay.
Yeah, you laughed about it,
I
right?
had to.
So why is it that?
Because it's foolishness.
Okay, why is it? Yes, why is it that they want us to treat them the way we treat them in Nigeria, but they don't want to treat us the way they treat us in Nigeria? Why?
I think I want him to say what he had to say first.
Well, I mean, because I felt like she's dropped something and you kind of went a little bit a different angle from what she said. I thought you were going to kind of approach what she said about the male not being not doing the flowers or courting women like American guys would court women, or how they used to being courted back home.
Right.
Is that? Did you want to touch on that?
I was
because
actually going
I want to touch on that.
Honestly.
Okay.
I was going to
Yes,
ask.
Okay, let me finish.
For, so that we don't get it confused.
There's
No, there's really no question. No, you just went to a different topic though.
No, she
Kind of. Let me answer.
No, that's not a different topic.
Because she asked a question, we never answered hers, and you
Did
brought
you
something
ask a
else.
question?
Yes, she said.
Okay, guys.
No, this is what she said. No,
That's a question,
she said.
I made this statement.
She made a statement.
but it wasn't a question.
Okay, it's not a question; it's a statement.
Yes,
Let's
not
address
confuse
it.
that, right? Because it's only female we
I'm
have.
not confused.
Okay, let me ask a question.
Can I finish? I think the men still court women. The only thing is it's a little bit different from how they used to doing it back home. Back home, I never really bought any flowers for anybody.
Thank you.
That's just, I mean, I wasn't raised to give flowers.
Thank you.
I'm quite sure I didn't
Okay.
specifically say
Good. No, I know you didn't, but I'm just trying to make, I'm trying to, explain something, okay? I dated. Why are you guys whispering now? Did you say that? No, this is my. No, this is a ride or die chick.
Go to Nigeria. I tell you, maybe I go to Kolanut. I saw her.
Okay, cool.
Because she said bring Kolanut.
If he said Kolanut
I'm
is
just
certain
joking.
and
I'm just saying.
yeah, so you're saying that figurative speech.
Right.
Okay, because I was coming because look, I dated a female that really loved flowers. Flowers was very important to her. To me, it was not that important. Okay, I wasn't raised that way, but I would do a lot other things that would replace flowers. I think that's the same thing our men do to Nigerian girls in America. But since you're not bringing them the so-called flowers, they think it's not cutting. So I don't agree with that statement.
For what you just said right now, right? It really, to me, doesn't really make that much sense because you said this particular girl likes flowers. Mm-hmm. You don't like flowers. So you didn't bring her flowers. Mm-hmm. But if she likes flowers and you said like you did other things to replace it because you don't like flowers, why would you not bring the girl flowers?
Let me correct that statement. I didn't say I didn't like flowers. I said I didn't grow up using flowers to court women. And that was not my culture. I didn't know.
Right.
I wasn't raised like that. Okay? So I guess the thing about it is our females, most of our females were not even raised with flowers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
I grew up in Nigeria. I don't remember any female that really...
Can I piggyback off that?
Okay, please. Go.
Because there's something you said, and I'll let you answer that question. You said the way that women were courted back home compared to American Nigerian courting.
I said the way women are courted today, period.
And the way women are
in different cultures.
Yeah, you said...
because sometimes, I think sometimes we get stuck with, oh, this Nigerian man and this man and that man and that man. And at the end of the day, it's just like a general thing right now. We can have this specific conversation.
Okay, we'll get into the specifics of Nigeria.
Women in general.
Okay.
The way men court.
I agree. You mentioned appreciation.
Okay.
How
Go ahead.
men appreciate women more back home. Please be cool.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not. Here's the thing, right? Okay. As I was saying that thing, I knew someone was going to say something.
Of course.
I didn't want to get to the other part of it because it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, the man will show his appreciation to the wife, and I have his girlfriend, and then I have the other one, and I have the other one.
Let's just not.
I said I didn't want to go there because I wanted to be,
No, go there.
Go there because please.
But however, right? Here's the difference, right? If at least if the man is, doing all of that, and he has the 10,000 girls or however many that he has, the extras, the jar, right? There might be some kind of solace in the fact that one-to-one he's treating, the woman well, versus not even treating her well, and then on top of it,
then that's
He
that.
has
having everything.
Oh, okay.
It just makes it like, really, you
Okay,
know?
okay, my sister. So can we go back to that my question?
Okay, yes. And please repeat the question for me.
The question is, you guys are in Nigeria, right? The women, will, if you're dating him, when he comes over, you'll be so happy to cook for him.
Okay, the slave comment,
yeah,
right?
and now, over here, we think we're trying to date a Nigerian girl or we're trying to marry a Nigerian girl and we only ask for food and then I'm coming and then all of a sudden this girl,
it's misogynist.
yeah, so this girl is writing, most of them complaining like,
yeah.
oh, some of them were okay, I'm gonna say this to the camera, some of the girls were so stupid on their comments that they said, oh, so if I come with a pot of soup now, get married, but chick, you're still single, you don't have a boyfriend. I'm real. Okay. You're still single, you don't have a boyfriend, you don't have anyone dating, you are still there writing English on computer. Instead of yeah, so my sister. Okay, now.
Here's that one, right?
Okay.
Wow.
Sometimes it's just how you ask. If you're asking me like that, I'm gonna cook for you, I might burn it. Depend on how you ask. You know, sometimes it's just how you ask someone for things. Your tone, if your tone comes off like, you know, I expect you to go into that kitchen barefoot and cook for me and carry the tray of them, you're not going to get it. But if it's more like, you know, and then it's just, and sometimes it's just game, you know. Baby, I really like how you cook that, you know, fries, you know, that's that kind of stuff. Okay, no problem.
Okay, can I say no, please. One thing. Let me just point one thing out. First of all, your mentality may not be the average Nigerian girl's mentality. That's one. Two, I've met Nigerian women that told me straight up, I'm not cooking. I'm not doing any of that stuff.
For any man.
Period. So that one, let's just put that one out there.
And
so that's not what you're saying right now.
Okay.
And that's not what they were writing on
this
that.
This is the translation for that.
Wow.
Okay.
Because before there's any game,
before I'm not cooking for any man. I'm not cooking for you because I'm really not that interested in you. So let's just.
Oh, my sister, hold on. I don't know why I said that. Hold on, no. Wait, that's I don't know why I said that.
I see that you try to pacify it. You try to make it look really pretty.
My sister,
but there's something I'm going to say.
Give it the rubber.
There's something I'm going to say. There is a specific ball of anger, right, that I've seen that makes that comment. Not just, I'm not interested in you specifically. There's a specific ball of anger. If you read the comments that we got, there's a ball of anger that is, no man has power to tell me what to do.
Before you go. Also, I have women that's messaging me like, you know what, you're right.
Exactly.
So it's not just
right. Here's the thing, right? Here's what I'll say. Where were these women? Were they women, Nigerian women in America, or women?
That's why I asked that question at the very beginning. That's why I started off with that question.
Because I think that particular ball of anger that you're speaking of, you know. I hate to do it because, but I will have to. But there's if it's a Nigerian woman here in America, there's a what's that? A general we don't like black women, you know, essence in the air in America. And
I've heard that before.
And that kind of, you know, at some point a woman will get really angry because she doesn't feel appreciated generally. Okay. Now, if it's a woman in Nigeria, there might be a different background. You know, it could be a girl who saw her mother getting beat by her father, you know, and so now she's just like, no man is going to control me or rule me. It really depends on the individual's story and why they will be angry.
True. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Real quick, let me go. Real quick, I mean, I think most of the people that are coming on our show are American and Nigerian women in America. I think so. I think that's a great number of our but I think it's fair enough for her if we do another episode reading those comments word for word.
We're gonna actually revisit some things we said
and say what we said word for word. I think that would be fair.
No.
Word for word.
You know, yes.
No. Why do we do this? No. Instead of that, why don't we do this? why don't we give some of the reasons we thought Nigerian women are single, right?
Once again,
One thing I said, and you can shoot them down, right?
You can shoot them down if you want.
My statement was, I believe the reason why a lot of Nigerian women in America are single is because of the pressure from the family and unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
When love is constructed, love and marriage is constructed on potential and earnings.
The value system is
The
off.
value system is off. When
Complete.
before you bring a boy home, he better be ranked this high. Is the reason why I think
A minimum master's degree.
minimum master. Another thing, in high school you cannot date. In college you cannot date. But they expect you to graduate and immediately know how to date men.
Yeah.
Is what I believe is one major reason.
People fought us on that one though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
that one right there.
I agree with that. Don't talk
Okay.
to boys. Don't talk to boys. Don't talk to boys. Why you not married?
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
say it again.
Yeah, please. Loud.
Say it to
I do
Coming right
But this one isn't for the girls.
No,
this is for the
repeat
parents.
first,
then.
man.
I blame the parents.
You know, which is
I didn't blame the girls.
don't talk to boys. Don't talk to boys. Don't talk to boys. Why you not married? But that's for the
We're not.
parents.
I don't think we're blaming y'all.
No, that's not. That's not. That one is not a blame. That's just kind of the essence.
Would you agree?
Well, I mean, yes, because it's like but then that's not about the women. That's a
I didn't blame
parental
the
thing,
women.
right?
Yeah.
That's a parental thing of that the only advice when it comes to dating is don't talk to boys, and then boom, I met. So that
Now,
one,
Pascal, can you reiterate what you said on that?
Okay, yes, I'm about to say what I said. Right?
Okay, I don't even
Okay,
remember
what
what
I said about okay, that one I'm about to say is this.
Oh yes,
Yes, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming.
So it sounds like even they don't really agree with
No,
you.
it's not they don't agree with me. It's just that they don't like to say the truth. I like to say the truth. I don't like to sugarcoat.
So you're liars.
This one, like you said, things are politically correct.
No way. No.
But let me go. So what I said is this: you have these young women in America. Some of them you send them to school. Didn't teach them anything about domestic, nothing domestic at all. And now you want them to go and marry, but you, the mom, you cook for your husband at home. When your husband comes, you respect your husband. You don't touch your husband anyhow. But we have this generation that they have trained, and the only thing they know is school. But now they want us to force us to marry them the way they have trained them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Why are you not married?
Why am I not married?
Yeah.
Because I haven't found the right person to marry yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can roll your eyes all you want.
I didn't even roll my eyes.
Yeah,
I just turned my head
Okay.
in a different direction.
Now, let me ask you a question. So why is it that instead of them blaming themselves, they want to blame the guys?
I mean, here's the thing, right? I don't think there's blame, because if you want to blame somebody, you have to blame yourself too. No, because you cannot sit here and tell me that of all the women, in the world, you haven't found the right one and it's their fault. At some point you have to look at yourself and, figure out if your own personal demands are ridiculous or realistic.
Okay, my father told me not to settle for less. So
Okay.
if my demands are up there, I'm sure that some people up there
okay,
too.
so let me ask you, what are your demands?
No, answer the question that we're
What's
asking
the
first.
question?
You don't forget already.
I got a little distracted there.
Okay, who distracted you?
You.
Okay.
Don't give yourself game, man.
It's not like that at all. I just got distracted with the, blaming of the women, and then you yourself are not married.
Okay, hold on.
So,
Let's not even go that route.
That's what distracted me.
To be married is not a qualification to say the truth. So let's get the truth here. The truth is, why are they blaming us if the girls are not getting married?
I don't think the girls are blaming you. I'm just saying maybe what you want is not really a match with what you're giving.
Okay. Is it about what I want, or is it about what I need?
Which one is more important to you? What you need or what you want? I can't tell you what's more important to you. If what you need is more important to you, then maybe what you need is too much. It's like, are your requirements matching what you're offering?
Have you heard about Michelle Obama before?
Yes.
Have you heard about Winnie Mandela?
Yeah.
Have you heard about Hillary Clinton?
What's your point?
That's what I mean.
You want
Are you
Michelle
sure?
Obama? Are you sure? President?
Okay. Are you sure you're ready for that?
See, Obama, am I? Okay,
Are
no,
you
ask the question
president material?
again. Yes, I am.
But
Straight
you're
to the
not a
camera.
president, are you?
Okay, was Obama the president before Michelle married
He
him?
was a Harvard law student.
Okay, and what
And
am
so was she.
Okay, now let me ask this question low key. Wait a second. Wait a second. She just mentioned something. She just mentioned something important.
Okay.
How about law student? What does that mean?
That was what they meant. That's what they meant. That he was talking about.
That's not where they met.
That's where they met. They met in school.
That's not where they met. They didn't meet in school.
What did they mean?
They meet when
She was tutoring him.
Obama finished school and went to Chicago to work for the first time. Michelle.
To work.
Chicago to work. Yeah, for the first time.
But they were equally yoked. You get? They both went to Harvard. He saw her at Harvard.
Okay, so how does that connect?
Can I add something?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, when you mentioned Michelle Obama, when you mentioned Hillary Clinton, when you mentioned these people, you're talking about not just somebody who matches you equally, somebody that has their own entity all by themselves, but they also help bring you up.
In Nigerian women's defense, I think Nigerian
Why do you always have to defend Nigerian
No, because the fact is, Nigerian women.
Hold up.
Of all things, one thing that we can all agree on, for sure, Nigerian women are definitely their own individuals when it comes to matching, especially. Let's not get that one misconstrued. Now here's a question. Here's a question. This is just not Nigerian women, right? Do you think that is also a flaw? Do you think there is a little bit? It's going to sound a little bit weird. Do you think matching is a problem?
I think there's just a misunderstanding, I think, with men that believe that since women want, there's this thing where if you want to be equal or if you want to be independent, then that means that a man can't be a man. He can't be what? You understand? He can't be the man. He can't be a provider. A woman's independence has nothing to do with a man's masculinity. And so there's that confusion, and one has nothing to do with the other.
Can I say something? That's a good point you just made. So I guess the main point or the understanding is, what do you call independence, and to the man, what do you call being a man? Because if what I'm thinking that makes me a man is not what you're giving me, and what you want to get as a woman from me. So you see that misunderstanding, but there should be a general balance though, as far as, because it's universal. If a man is a provider, he is the man.
Let me ask this question.
Let her answer this one first, please.
Okay.
No, it's more he's more like the man. Now, when you talk about equality, okay, if I'm as a man, I provide everything that you need for as a woman, financially, blah 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 blah. What are you gonna do to match the union to be equal?
Basically, what is the point?
That's what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah.
What is the point?
What are you bringing to the table to be so that we're equal?
If you're providing
everything that
he's asking the question because most of your statements here, you've talked about us being able to provide.
And being
even if the woman is independent. You said even if
I
the woman
wasn't
is
stuck on provision.
okay, but you said
being an equality.
Yeah, but you said even if the woman is independent, then the man still has to be able to
because no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. What I'm saying is that a woman's independence has nothing to do with a man being a man and providing for his wife and family.
Okay,
that's
which
it.
I agree with
so
you.
If the man does all of that and provides and pays the bills and all that stuff, then it's a matter of what is it that you're looking for from your wife. Because clearly you're not looking for money, so you're looking for, I'm assuming at that point, someone to take care of the house, the children, make sure things are in order at home and such.
Yes. Now can I ask you a question? Based on what you just said and based on what you said earlier.
Yes.
You talked about, in comparison to Nigerian men of the old school in Nigeria, that they care for their wives, they show more appreciation for what the women do. Let me ask this question. What was the woman's role in those relationships in that era? What was her role?
To take care of the house, make sure the children are taken care of.
Does that include food?
And there's food in the house, but then in that sense, hold on. There's food. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay, be a homemaker.
Pretty much, yeah, taking care of the home. Now, when it comes to food, now there's also the thing of what income level is it? You understand? Because she could provide the food, or she could be supervising the chef cooking.
But she was at
the
home.
food.
But she was at home.
Okay, well, guys, I think we've
For the
beat
most
this
part,
point
yeah.
for
No, not really.
Can we-
He wants to take
From the
Get it
comments,
To me, it's looking like 4 guys versus 1.
no,
not at all.
The
Not at all.
comments said that we should bring at least one female
Exactly.
to come and speak
Yeah.
and say the female view of the point.
Okay.
Now, we have one female here, and we're expecting this one female to.
I'm not. It's not an
So
attack.
it's not an
No,
attack.
I don't-
I'm asking a
Are we
question.
attacking you?
I'm asking a question.
Like I said already, I can.
Yeah. Okay. So I asked a specific question because we're comparing. We said the topic is why are so many Nigerian women single, and it seemed like one thing that we all kind of agreed upon was that, at least stated, was that there's a shift in culture, right? Independence and what we're able to say we want from a woman.
And a shift in geographic.
But
Exactly.
also, because again, specifically, you're talking about Nigerian women in America. And the fact of the matter is that Americans don't really get married like Nigerians. Period.
But we're still Nigerians, though.
Yeah, but you're still in Nigeria, but you're living in America. And regardless of, where you are, how strong your mind is, your environment will somehow affect your decisions. And the responsibilities in Nigeria are different from the responsibilities here as far as finances and taking, household stuff. That's different than Nigeria.
So do you agree with us that the Nigerian woman in Nigeria is not the same as the Nigerian woman in America?
I think that's what I said. The Nigerian man in Nigeria is not the same as the Nigerian man in America.
But we are Nigerian men in America. We are the same. We are the same from Nigerian men in Nigeria.
Stop.
I'm sorry, but I don't know that we are attacking her at all. I think we're actually being fair with the questions.
Yeah,
Honestly.
Yeah, but what I feel is that even though we're being barraged by a couple women and they're bringing us, they're asking questions from left, right, and then she doesn't represent all the females.
No,
that
she doesn't.
ask questions.
Do we represent all the males?
Well, they attack us.
That's
so
not our
she's
business.
not supposed to represent
Because it's
all the
men
people
doing
that attacked
videos.
us. Exactly.
Cool.
So I mean, I'm cool with what she's saying, but I think we have to. I mean, where we're going to go? Yeah, let's conclude.
Okay,
And I think
conclusion
on this
conclusion is
He's
going to be asking
saying
her
that
our.
it's a dead horse that you're trying to beat.
I don't know. I'm just. This is the thing. I'm just curious because there's some things I feel like that were kind of. I don't want to say we're skipping over, but
Like what?
number one, I've met Nigerian women, and it's not just about it's more about how they're raised and the environment they grew up in, what they were taught, their value system. We haven't even begun to talk about materialism.
Exactly.
That's just the beginning.
We're dodging
We're
so
just
much.
scratching the surface on
We're not dodging
everything.
everything. We can't do everything in one episode. That's
No,
for
but
sure.
I'm saying
if we need to tackle
this episode cannot end without
that.
attacking materialism. That's one.
Okay.
Two.
So can I ask the question directly then, so we don't.
Okay, let's go there now.
Go straight to the point.
Let's go. I don't mind. I was just mentioning we talk about
Okay,
it.
let me go there.
Okay.
Why is it that most of the Nigerian women in America are so materialistic?
Okay. Please explain to me what you mean by
Materialist.
materialistic.
Okay, I'm going to explain to you. Let's assume I have potentials, but I don't have a Mercedes-Benz car or a Lexus or a house or this, that. I'm not qualified to date some of the girls because you don't have these things in place. And for them to judge you, for you to be qualified to date, you have to have all these things in place.
Can I have one more thing?
Okay.
One more thing. So just to what you're saying.
Yeah,
Sometimes we are lucky. We're lucky that we have the pedigree. That we can. Some of these girls, even if you have all this, and you may not even have the pedigree to even talk to them.
Do you understand English?
So basically, if I'm talking to she knows who she is. I met my ex-girlfriend's parents. As soon as I sat down, I didn't even know what was before we were even dating. I sat down. What do your parents do? What does your mom do? Before they even asked me what my major is and all these things. And that's important. So that's just one thing. So I'm just asking you, what do you think about stuff like that?
Well,
what's your thought on that?
With that part with the parents, I think that is just traditional everywhere. You know, when a man or when a family is essentially giving away their daughter to another man, to another family to be married.
He didn't come
They
to
want
ask
to
for
know-
her hand in marriage.
It doesn't matter. What are you talking?
He just came to visit for the first time.
But the family still wants to know who it is. Okay, if they're not getting married, because I guess I understood that portion of it. Who is my daughter going out.
Why is it relevant?
Can I ask this?
No, can I one more quick one?
Because
Why is it
it's
relevant?
relevant to the family, to the parents.
When are we going to ask him, is he a good guy?
That's the.
When do we? How is that the last question? Is he a good person?
Because here's the thing,
What does he do?
Here's the thing, right? Depending on the answers to even the questions about, his family and whatever, to the parents, that might help them be able to gauge, whether or not he's a good guy. That might be the first question, but a good guy is coming up. And just because I ask you if you're a good guy, just because if I ask you if you're a good guy is the first question, doesn't mean you're going to be honest with me. It doesn't mean if you tell me yes, it doesn't mean it's true. It's just...
I'm not telling you my parents are both doctors. Doesn't mean I'm coming from a good family.
Okay, so I want to answer a question.
It means that you're coming from an educated family.
You're coming from money.
So
that's what it's about.
Educated. Money is important.
Same thing.
Let's not pretend like money is not important.
Of course. Look, can I just say one more thing? I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I apologize.
Go ahead.
I think that, first of all, in Nigerian women and women in general defense, I understand that it is a psychological, sociological need for a woman to want a man that is financially stable and set, ready-made.
Wait, let me
finish. I don't agree with it, but I understand.
Please agree with it, because as a man,
before you can even think of talking to somebody, but my only issue is that sometimes we place too much weight on that than the actual individual. So the person can be a complete asshole, excuse my language, and at the same, but he's a doctor.
That is an individual choice.
And that's and sorry to cut you off, but that's also rare that because of money they will marry you off to an idiot.
They do it all the time.
No, they don't. No. In America, they do it all the time. Let me say this. Okay, hold on.
They do it all the time, y'all.
Before you come in, let me say this.
I'll say the probability is high.
The probability is high, but it depends on the family. If you come from some jungle, maybe that's the case. But here's the thing, I'll say. I started off by saying I blame the parents, right? Because here's one thing I'll say. Even if a Nigerian girl loves a guy, right? If he appears worthless, you cannot present him.
I agree with that one.
You are scared to present him.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This is jokes apart.
Yeah.
Because you know a worthless husband or worthless... No.
I'm asking you.
What is the question?
I'm asking you.
No, you definitely have your...
But do you believe that a Nigerian family, without even before they met me, told their daughter that evil boy is dating you only because he wants to come forward?
What happened to the neighbor's daughter?
Did they know anything about you?
No, they didn't. They didn't. All they asked is, hold on, I'm coming, right? I'm coming.
I don't think
we use our
personal.
I understand.
to discuss the situation.
It's not
just because they heard that I'm from Igbo, right? And they were from Akwa Ibom State or Cross River State, one of those. Right? Just before even seeing me, before knowing who I am or anything, the first thing they said on speakerphone to my head is, you better leave that Igbo boy. Because that Igbo boy is coming for our money.
And I'm sorry to say, I'm going to keep going back to it. Nigerians, you can be mad at me all you want. I think the main reason, not even just in America anymore, Nigerian girls in Nigeria, you cannot admit the love you have for a guy because of family. When you bring him home, then we gauge everything and let you know. It doesn't qualify.
You know what? But that's any family depending on their...
That's not true.
That's not true.
Can I finish my statement before you start jumping?
No, it has to come on.
Let me finish my statement. That happens with everyone depending on the class of the family. If the family is already rich or well-to-do, then whoever their child is marrying is important, regardless. You love the person or whatever, that's fine. But at the end of the day, whoever you're marrying, especially if you're from a family that's already well-to-do, needs to be able to provide for you, provide for your children. Like, no one wants to marry off their child when they're already well-to-do, or no one wants to marry their child off to someone they're going to be struggling afterwards.
That is true.
You know, so that's just simple.
The foundation of the question, the foundation of who they want.
It's good and good. I haven't said anything. Let me say something. Look, it's true we're Nigerians, but this thing is in every culture. And look, listen, I was so in love with an Armenian. Okay, I was so in love with an Armenian. Do you know, all through the time I dated her, we dated for about maybe a little over. You met the girl. We went to, I was the person that took her to the club for the first time. She's never been to a club in her life.
That's why the family said no.
I never even met the family.
That's why the family said no.
Hold on.
You destroyed.
I never even met the family. That's where I'm going. See, she did not introduce me to the family. The only person from her family I met was her sister and her aunt.
I'm sorry to tell you
because
this,
her
but
father, because her father was really old school. Not only that,
It's
that was part of it. But the point though, even do you know that even Persians, North Persian and South Persians, they don't marry, they don't say eye to eye. If you cannot be from the north and want to go introduce somebody from the south, if you're a boy dating a girl or a girl dating a boy. It's in every culture. They have their own differences.
We get it.
A little bit, you know?
Here's what we're saying. Our topic is Nigerian women. Why are they single here? You mentioned something about it's in every culture, right? We live in the United States of America. As Africans, we sometimes laugh at Americans who date people off love and passion. It is always funny. You're like, oh my God, you see this girl dating this skateboarder. What is she doing with him? It is less common. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it is less common in Western culture for them to gauge you on your finances like we do. Is what I'm saying.
What you're talking about, I'm 100% sure that these people that you're talking about are either poor or middle class.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, but is it
Not in Nigerian culture.
What do you mean?
Can I come in?
I'm not talking about the American people that you're talking about. That it's okay to
Let's
love.
I don't agree.
Can I go for conclusion?
Go, please.
Thank God we brought you to this.
To be attacked.
Not to be attacked. Thank God we brought you. You know why? Because you have justified why we did the show, why so many single Nigerian women in America. Because listening to you here, it boils down to all we said. The Nigerians will not marry you, give you your daughter to marry unless you are this, unless you are that. Unless you're that.
I'm quite sure that's
Hold on.
Don't conclude.
Pascal is having that conclude.
But don't involve me in your conclusion. I'm enjoying everything else that you're talking about, because that's what I said at all. That's not what I said at all. But don't involve me.
Hold on. Now, the last question he asked you, he said, are they poor or middle class? Or this, right? Now, the other question we asked, one of them asked you, you said, oh, if the family is already well off, if the family is already rich, then they have to care for those that are coming into their house because they want to make sure that you're able to provide, right? So the first sentence you made on our show today was that in Nigeria, the men used to provide. As I was saying before, so based on everything I heard you speak here, so we are justified to make the statement that we made. So everything is about the material stuff, what we can provide. You want us to be the man, you want us to stay the way we are in Nigeria, but you can change because of geographical location. So in my own, so that is to say that we shouldn't be blamed for what we say. We are right?
Next.
We're going like this.
You should conclude last.
Oh, you want her to conclude last?
Yeah,
Okay, good. We're giving her that chance as our guest. Nice. Well, in my conclusion, our episode, whatever we talked about in that episode, I think we all spoke passionately and and from experience most of the time, and very truthfully. I feel like there's differences in every culture, there's different in every different societies, but the thing about Nigerians is that it's a shame that in this day and age, you know, our parents still judge. Can I make her stop?
No, just
go. Okay. So okay, it's a shame that Nigerian parents judge people based on status and money before they get to know the people. It's a big shame. And we're talking about even the educated ones, even the ones in America. That's a shame. That's my conclusion. It's a shame. And I think you should judge people based on character and get to know
content
people,
of the character.
content of the character, get to know them
Physical.
before you write them off just by sight.
God's blessings.
Okay.
I'm going to look straight into the camera and be smooth about this one.
Don't be too smooth.
And again, I'm going to speak in the defense of the Nigerian girl in America or in Nigeria. I cannot blame the Nigerian girl for being single at all. I keep going back to the family because I know, like we all know, if a Nigerian girl falls in love and the guy does not qualify based on whatever qualifications the Nigerian family is using, is the reason why. And I know there are a ton of girls who are watching this who agree, but cannot say they agree because it's a little bit too true. A girl falls in love, she falls in love, that's it. We need to stop putting so much pressure on these beautiful Nigerian girls.
That's way too smooth, bro.
These beautiful Nigerian girls. And let them fall in love and get married to gentlemen with pure hearts. Exactly. Allow the love to excel.
No condition is permanent.
Are you?
I did not have sex with the question that way.
Okay.
Smooth.
Okay, so thank you for your conclusion.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Don't worry.
It's about that time for Nigerian parents to stop infantilizing.
What was that word you said?
Infantilizing their children.
Okay.
Some of these children are in their 30s, some of them in their 40s, still single, hoping, wondering, praying.
Injury time.
The injury time is even past, the game is over for some of them. They're now sidelines, they're now shaking hands with the opposite team and they're going home. So this is my plea and my proposal. If you're going to, first of all, I went and got a college degree, graduated from college. Even my mother, I'm a man. If I try to bring a girl home who's a creative and doesn't have a degree, she will look at me sideways. So how is a Nigerian girl going to tell me that her parents are not looking at her sideways when she's trying to marry a husband and he doesn't have certain credentials?
That they have put in place.
That they have put in
To
place.
justify what it is.
I don't even know why we're having this conversation.
It's not supposed to be a conversation, but since we're having the conversation, let's have the conversation. I think that I admonish you to
reduce the grammar.
The guy's trying so This guy said Amunike.
Reduce the grammar so everybody will understand the seriousness of the matter.
to take heed and review and reset your value system. Because what's happening is that...
I know, that one was good.
Okay, sorry.
But say that, then speak that English.
Okay. I really want you to take heed. Reset your value system.
Reset and review.
And review your value system. I'm not asking you to do what I'm saying, but just let's reflect on what we value in a man that is going to marry your daughter. I completely understand that you want a man that is financially stable. I do not want to marry anybody when I don't have any money. It's a lie. I think I want to marry somebody because of pure passion and I don't have any money. It's a lie. But when you base your decisions on the man and the value of that man on financial stability and pedigree, because not everybody comes from a good family. What is a good family per se? Because when I ask Nigerians, they tell me a good family is, oh, this person is this and this person is that.
They start making me a doctor.
What
does that do for me?
That's not a good family.
What does that mean? As a lawyer.
So to conclude.
We live in
To conclude. You're concluding your conclusion. Conclude.
To conclude, before my sister finishes
Also,
her conclusion.
I love y'all, and I don't want to come off like some enemy or some person that's like not being sympathetic or empathetic to...
Who do you love, the girls or their parents?
All of us.
All of them.
Oh,
All of them.
Because I'm very well versed with the culture, so I'm not going to sit there and act like I don't know what's going on, and I'm not aware, because I've lived it myself, and I've dealt with it myself.
And you're still living it.
And I'm still living it myself. I'm a creative, and I have to deal with it because I know that is, for me, marriage in the Nigerian community may not happen. And I'm taking that.
I'm sorry, just that though.
And I'm accepting that.
Because it's true.
No, he's saying the truth.
I beg.
He's saying the truth. If you can't
I'm a creative. Go and tell somebody to I'm a creative.
Hold on, Ike. If you put a jump so high, he can't jump it. He'll leave it for you to jump it. He will jump the one that is. My brother, am I lying?
You're not lying.
Okay, my sister.
So,
Okay.
one more thing.
One more thing. No, let him. He's on fire today, so let him.
I really mean this because last time we spoke on this, we were attacked. And I want you guys to understand that we, you know, especially like Adi was saying, and everybody's saying, we understand the pressure that you guys have, your parents have put on you. That's why I said infantilize. Because a lot of you are, sorry to say, a bunch of overgrown children. Because you don't make decisions for yourselves. Your parents make all your decisions for you. You can't marry who you want to marry. You can't do what you want to do. Your parents are still trying to tell you that you can't do this and can't do that. You're still fighting with your parents about this thing.
Their parents have already told them to cut this episode off. It's already done.
My sister, take the seat because I'm done.
Before you take, please, my sister, no first. Think about what Amy said about overgrown children.
Yes, think about it, because overgrown children also applies to men, not just the women. So,
Of course.
This overgrownness where the man, you know, the parents are telling the men what to do or not to do or whatever, that happens very, very, very often as well. Now, was that you? Yeah, you mentioned also something about, or was that a general statement about women wanting the man that has their finances in order or some kind of pedigree. If you want a certain girl that requires a certain pedigree and requires a certain paycheck, step your game up or find someone else. All it means is that that girl is not for you. It's not now for her to change her standards. It's up to you to level up or step aside. If that's the case, whatever it is, if I think that's the problem. Stop trying to change people's desires. Whatever a person wants, that's what they want. If a girl is used to a certain lifestyle that her family has provided for her, and you want to come in and now, you know, change it to something less, if she doesn't want it, it's not her fault. That just means that you can't provide it, and you can either accept that you can't provide it and move on, or you can step up. There was another thing about, you know, women being still single. Hold on, let me finish my conclusion.
Okay.
There was another thing about, you know, women, about the education level. Again, if the woman is educated to a certain level and there's a problem, you know, go to school. Stanford has, you know, online classes that are free that everyone can take and step up their education level. This is a time where you can get Ivy League classes online for free today online. Okay. Number two, I'm not done yet. And then there was, you know, you mentioned something about, you know, the man being the man, the man being the man. There's nothing. If you're a man, you're a man. There's no woman that's going to stop you from being a man. That's who you are. If a woman's education or if a woman's paycheck somehow hinders your manhood, that is a personal problem, and it has nothing to do with that woman. Her education, her independence level, her paycheck should not affect any man's idea. It should not emasculate any man. You didn't say it's, you know, you didn't say it with the exact words that I'm using, but that still comes out, you know. And just for the ones that, you know, just need to hear it. There it is.
Okay. For the ones that need to hear it.
It's your conclusion.
It's my conclusion, exactly. So, you know, a woman's independence, a woman's, you know, wanting to be equal or treated like a decent human being has nothing to do with a man being a man. You provide for your household, you provide for your children, and then you communicate with the woman that you want to marry about what it is that you want in a marriage, and then you two agree upon that.
Thank you.
We agree.
Can
Thank you.
we, since she's
Can I
our
say
guest,
one thing?
right?
Yes.
Right, let's...
Can we ask questions on her conclusion?
Is it not
I just want to ask
Because I had too much to say. Y'all can't do me like that. That's not fair. That means everybody got to say something.
This episode is different. People, let's stop acting like it's the same because there are certain things that you said that some people will ask you questions.
Come
No. One thing that I will correct is that we didn't say the women want us to be financially stable. We said the pressure comes from the family.
Same difference.
On the not really, because I did mention, I said when a girl really loves a guy, the reason why she can't go forward most of the time in our culture is because the family puts a gauge on what she should love. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, Kuda, let me say one thing. Let me say one thing. What she said, right?
That's why I said infantilize once again.
We have not concluded.
If they want to take you, if they want to